A very good evening and a warm welcome to UBC News Tonight, today on the 13th of January 2024, with me Sharon Kyomugisha and Mugalu Mohammed on sign language. We start off with President Museveni, who has cautioned the people of East Africa against divisionism, saying that it's a setback to the region. Now, the president made these remarks during the 60th Zanzibar Revolutionary Anniversary celebrations held at Aman Sports Complex, Zanzibar. According to President Museveni, it was a good idea for Zanzibar to unite with Tanganyika to form the United Republic of Tanzania, since togetherness was always a proposition, I beg your pardon, of Pan-Africanists like Mzee Julius Mwalimu Nyerere.
You know what the program is tonight.
Uzalishaji wa mali, swala ambalo linafuata ni soko. Kama nazalisha mali hapa, nani atanunua bidhaa zangu? Ndio unakuta wana mapinduzi pamoja na wazalishaji wa mali tunaamini muungano wa East Africa, muungano wa Afrika, kwa sababu tunataka soko ya pamoja.
Now, UBC's Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma talked to the UN country representative, Ms. Susan Namondo, on the role of the UN in NAM resolutions. Take a watch.
Well, I think first and foremost is that all NAM members are actually UN members. And not only, two-thirds of UN, they constitute two-thirds of the UN membership. So there is significant alignment. As was so brilliantly explained a few days ago, I think it was The Nation and Vision also carried it by the Uganda's ambassador to the UN. The need for NAM arose because countries felt that they needed to find some sort of middle path and not be drawn into the politics of the major powers, so to speak. NAM started after the Korean War, when it became clear that we were heading towards a bipolar war at the time. And at that time also, many of the countries of Asia were becoming independent, and Africa also soon followed. So there's been this need of a group of nations to find some way of navigating the geopolitical challenges of the time. I think following the end of the Cold War, we had less of NAM, but arguably it's very important again for nations to get together.
The key agenda of this summit is going to focus on climate change and peace and security, among others. And of course, we would like you to share your thoughts on what resolutions and commitments you'd like to see emerge from this very summit.
I think these are the issues of today. So they will be talking about the issues of today and peace and security. We cannot ignore the wars that we're facing, not just some of the smaller regional wars that have been going on for some time, but also wars that have potential of being amplified to a much broader scale. I think two of the key ones is, of course, the tensions, the wars that we have in Ukraine, the war that we now see in the Middle East and the tensions that is creating. There are also tensions in the South Asia Sea. There are tensions in many places. So I think it's important for these group of countries to see how they can mitigate that, because when we have situations of conflict, we are not advancing on our development agenda. Climate change is also critical, because I think now, while 20 years ago people might have said they're not sure what the impact of climate change may be, now we all have lived experience of the negative impacts of climate change, especially in countries, in many NAM countries, many of them developing nations. And of course, the development agenda overall is really struggling. We did the global SDG report last September, and it's very clear that we're not doing well. We're only 12% on target of what we wanted to be. 30% has gone back, we've regressed, and the rest is struggling in the middle somewhere. So we really are struggling. And on the development agenda, there are many aspects that I think NAM countries really should be discussing. First and foremost, financing. We're not finding the money that we need to find. Of course, we've suffered from global pandemic. COVID really did stress the global financial situation. But regardless, we need to find ways of unlocking the money. And increasingly, we are understanding that the infrastructure, the global financial infrastructure we have in place, is not fit for purpose. Unfortunately, it's unable to do that which it was created to do. And so I think it's important for NAM countries to really think about how they will mitigate some of these challenges.
The implementation of the resolutions that have been taken by the UN in as far as tackling climate change is concerned have not been implemented. What could be the reason?
You know, all of these things is a question of I guess, political will, trying to get nations. It's not easy to make many of these, to take these decisions at a political level. So on climate change, there are many different aspects to it, but among the two key aspects, first and foremost, we need to limit the emissions that we're making. And these emissions are being made by the use of fossil fuels. This is what we know. We buy gas, we buy petrol, we burn them. It gives us energy. We use that energy to power our industries, to power our homes, to power our lives. You know, it's everywhere, to power our cars. And these emissions are beginning to, they've reached a level where they're beginning to cause real problems. So we need to reduce the emissions. We need to reduce our dependence of fossil fuels. But changing that is not easy, because for us to be able to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, we need alternatives. We have not yet the alternatives.
And also, let's look at the theme of this NAM summit.
I think what's important there is we are facing a world of geopolitical tensions recently. And within that world, I think it's very important that you have a group of nations that come and say, no, we don't want to be drawn necessarily into the politics of anybody. We want to focus on outcomes that will further our collective development. I think that's important. So them coming, and NAM is a very interesting organization, because it's non-institutionalized. There's no secretariat anywhere. Basically, each country comes, they agree on certain principles, on certain ideas, etc. And then they take those ideas back into the other mechanism. Well, they take it home themselves and try to implement it, and take it back into the other mechanisms that we have and further it. So it's not a non-institutionalized organization. But I think it's important for them to come and agree on how they will tackle some of these big challenges that we face today.
Your final word in as far as the cooperation between the UN and NAM is concerned, and also your final word to the viewer of UBC TV.
I think in the final word, NAM really is about the members. It's the members of the UN's role is that what's interesting is that the agenda of the UN and the agenda of NAM, there's significant overlap. But in NAM, for instance, only 2 entities from the UN are invited to NAM, and that's the Secretary General and the President of the General Assembly. So individual agencies, funds, programs are not part of NAM normally. So you don't have UNDP invited to NAM. You don't have UNESCO invited to NAM. I think in this case, IOM might have been invited. So they would invite heads of funds and programs that can contribute to a specific agenda, but generally, it's really at the political level and really for the member states. I'm just looking forward to, at this time, there are many challenges. The peace and security challenges are huge. The development challenges, and within development challenges, I also categorize the climate change challenges, are very big. We have a multilateral system that is struggling to be fit for purpose, to be honest. The structures are not speaking to today's world. They're not always speaking they're not always up to the task of responding to today's challenges. So what I expect from a body such as NAM is to, while deliberating on these issues, finding ways of addressing some of these challenges of the structure that we find in today's world.
Now, for more on that interview, stay tuned on UBC TV because it airs exactly as soon as we finish our bulletin. Moving on from that, Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, Permanent Secretary say that all is set for the broadcast of the upcoming Non-Allied Movement and G77 plus China Summit. Dr. Zawede has assured the public, both in Uganda and beyond, that Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC, will feed all other media platforms, including social media, TV and radio, with all the proceedings of the global conferences. She made the remarks after meeting with the media and publicity subcommittee members at UBC TV and UBC boardroom in Kampala.
This weekend has not been business as usual as Permanent Secretary, Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Amina Zawade, was locked in media and publicity meetings on how best to deliver the broadcast of NAM and G77 plus China summits to the world. She met media experts from Media Center, NITA-U, PPU, and Ministry of Foreign Affairs at UBC boardroom in Kampala. After the meeting, Dr. Zawadi assured the public, both in Uganda and beyond, of UBC's readiness to broadcast the events.
Confident that UBC has the capacity to provide a live broadcast of these 2 events as and when the coverage is required. We have been working on behalf of the National Organizing Committee. The subcommittee on ICT, publicity, and media is overseeing issues to do with connectivity, internet connectivity. We have checked and assured that we are going to deliver that. We are in charge of publicity, ensuring that we have, online presence, and we're calling on people out there, our citizens. Please provide positive messaging online, positive messaging on all the media, platforms that we have, because these summits are very key for our nation.
Uganda Broadcasting Corporation will feed all other media houses and platforms, including social media, TV and radio, with all the proceedings of the global conference.
UBC will cover everything. You should be glued to UBC to watch the arrival of our heads of delegations, the arrivals of heads of state, the opening ceremonies. We have a business forum, with the closing ceremonies. We also have other side events that will require coverage, and they'll be able to avail them.
The Deputy Managing Director, UBC, Maurice Mugisa, explains how the radio and the TV stations across the globe will access the proceedings.
As the official broadcasters, will provide a clean feed to all media, international and local, that will be used for transmission on their platforms, but also for news production for those media organizations. We've been approached by the international media on how they will be able to access this feed, and we are providing 3 options. So they are able to get this feed via the satellite, which will be available for anyone who has satellite platforms to download the link. But also we will provide a live stream, which will be a clean feed with only the NAM logo on it and G77 logos for access by the different media houses.
The 2 global events that expect to attract more than 120 member states kicks off on Monday 15th and will close on 23rd January 2024. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
The Mulago Specialized Women and Neonatal Hospital is one of the hospitals selected for NAM and G77 heads of state delegates for treatment in case of any emergency and spouses during their stay in Uganda. The Mulago Women Specialized Hospital is fully equipped with high specialized healthcare in the areas of imaging, laboratory, surgery and critical care equipment. Take a look as Abigama reports.
Mulago Specialized Women and Neonatal Hospital has a bed capacity of over 450 with 41 intensive care units, a 60-bed neonatal unit and 40 neonatal intensive care beds. With the renovation preparations at 90%, the director of Women Hospital, Dr. Evelyn Nabunya, says that they are ready to receive the NAM and G77 spouses.
We are grateful that Mama chose us to be a hospital to be visited by the spouses of NAM and G77. We've made preparations to be able to host the spouses together with Mama, and we are completing the preparations. We are about 95%, so we'll be hosting them, showing them around the services that we offer in line with the theme that is there about empowerment of women and girls. So really this hospital is in line with the theme of that visit.
Mulago Specialized Women and Neonatal Hospital was also selected to handle and treat delegates that might fall sick during the 2 summits.
The Women's Hospital has been chosen as one of the hospitals that will be able to host delegates that may fall sick and need admission. So as far as preparations are concerned, we are ready. We are working together with a multidisciplinary team, including our colleagues from Mulago National Referral Hospital, because this is a women and neonatal hospital, but we do need people like physicians, intensivists, and others to join with us, and we'll be able to offer services with them. So we've had joint preparations, and we have set up for any delegate that may fall sick.
The hospital was constructed to support government for the development of the health sector and contribute to the reduction in maternal and neonatal mortalities through improvement of healthcare service delivery. The Women's Hospital provides quality reproductive and neonatal healthcare to mainly referred patients, enhanced training and research. Dr. Nabunya says that the hospital is highly specialized with unique machines that not only deal with women issues, also offer diagnostic services.
We offer services like maternal fetal medicine that handles pregnancy, delivery, and after. We have urogynecology that handles women with pelvic floor issues, commonly the fistula, but also genital prolapse or uterine prolapse. We have gynecology services that handles women with gynecological cancers of the reproductive system. You've heard of cancer of the cervix, of the ovary, the uterus. We also have benign gynecology that handles other problems in gynecology, for example, fibroids, menstrual disorders. We also have reproductive endocrinology and infertility that handles couples. So this is where we have men being handled here because it takes two to reproduce. So in the reproductive area, we have couples that have challenges in having babies. So this is where we take care of them. So we have a whole neonatal unit that handles babies with different issues that may be related to difficulties in childbirth. They may be due to congenital anomalies or even prematurity itself.
The hospital administrators revealed that the number of patients seen has steadily increased and the growth has been mainly due to the dedicated team of specialists. Here are some of the specialized services the hospital offers.
This is one of the newest machines that we have in the country. It's a 128 slice CT scan, Siemens Somatom Gotop. On average, the ordinary CT scanner takes 15 to 30 seconds to produce, for example, the images of a brain. On average, this machine takes about 3 to 5 seconds.
It's used to run general chemistry tests for the different organs. You can run organs like the liver function tests, the kidney function tests. You can run the bone function tests. You can check for the fats one has, we call them lipids. You can check for electrolytes, those small, we call them micronutrients or minerals in our blood. So it checks a number of them, glucose, uric acid. For our children, because the children cannot talk, the very young ones, the babies, we do CRP, which tells us whether they have something that suggests they have an infection.
Zahra Abigaba, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Zahra Abigaba. A section of Ugandans continued bidding farewell to the outgoing United Nations Development Programme country representative to Uganda, Miss Elsie Atafoa, whose tour of duty has ended. A goodbye dinner at Kampala Sheraton Hotel was hosted in Miss Atafoa's honor, and it attracted dignitaries from government and development partners to appreciate her for her immense contribution to Uganda's development agenda.
2, 1, 0!
The tour of duty of Mrs. Elsie Atafoa, the outgoing United Nations Development Programme country representative to Uganda, has ended. Besides congratulating her, many have celebrated her tour of duty in Uganda.
Your efforts have not been in vain, and we greatly appreciate and value your selfless contribution to Uganda and to all Africa. Thank you very, very much.
The goodbye dinner held at Kampala Sheraton Hotel was attended by a cross-section of Uganda's dignitaries and embassy representatives.
And you are certainly not a tragedy, Elsie. You are like an action movie, I think. I think you are the Tom Cruise of the UN system. You are...
Elsie, you have really shown how passion for development can make a difference. You have showed how the UN is committed to the people, to the vulnerable.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Anabanja, was represented at the event by Minister for General Duties in the office of the Prime Minister, Justin Kasule Lumumba.
Uganda, UNDP, has over the last 51 years been supporting government to achieve sustainable development, create opportunities for empowerment, protect the environment, minimize natural and man-made disasters, build strategic partnership, and improve the quality of life for all citizens.
According to Uganda government officials, Mrs. Atafua did a commendable job during her tenure of office.
We bid farewell to Elsie Atafua. I want to recognize her exemplary leadership and dedication she has shown in fostering the strong partnership between the government of Uganda and UNDP. Her commitment to our nation's development is truly commendable, and we wish her continued success in her future endeavors.
In attendance too was Justice and Constitutional Affairs Minister Norbert Mao.
What can I say about Elsie? She cares. But by the way, we don't mind what you say about Uganda, the government policies. We can take it if we are sure that you care. But the moment we know that you don't care, that's when you hear us coming out like porcupines.
On her own behalf, Mrs. Atafua hailed Uganda for its positive hospitality.
One of the things that I have always, and the Ugandans who are here, and all of us, whenever we read a speech or, we are on TV or something, we always end with, "For God and my country." And I've always asked myself, what does it mean? As I leave this place, and to Ugandans and to all our development partners, we cannot do development the same way we did development years ago. It must be development unusual.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
We will miss you lots, and lots like Jerry Tots.
The First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataham-Seveni, has rallied Makerere University students on leadership, integrity, risk reduction behavior, and HIV, among others, in a bid to nurture a dignified generation of youths in Uganda. This was in a week-long retreat of student leaders in Jinja under the Emerging Leaders Program.
Close to 200 Makerere University student leaders have gone through a rigorous and insightful week-long training implemented by Life Ministry Uganda and the Global Leadership Summit in Jinja. The training, under the theme Empowering Emerging Leaders for Makerere University and Beyond, is an initiative of the First Lady Janet Kataham-Seveni under the Emerging Leaders Program. Barbara Kaija, the co-chairperson of the program deputizing Makerere University Vice-Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, expounded on the aims, targets and objectives of the initiative.
So we've had very good facilitators, and the facilitators have taken them through different things. They've made commitment about what they are going to do, and we hope that they are going to be able to impact the other students at the university. But we also, with the First Lady's support, Mama, the mother of the nation, we are going to be able to roll out this program to the other universities. So it is started as a small mustard seed that we are planting, and we hope that it's going to grow into the whole country as a training for emerging leaders.
The retreat was closed by the First Lady Janet Kataham-Seveni, represented by Mr. Frank Tumwebaze, Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries. Tumwebaze asked the student leaders to avoid political extremism, but think of venturing into other productive activities like agriculture.
So if you want to prepare yourself early, to prepare for and meet the pressures of life, start now. If you have land, make use of it. If you are 3-4 people, form an investment club amongst yourselves. Don't be taken by extreme politics. Extremism is bad in politics, irrespective of which side you are on, isn't it? Whether you are pro the government in power or against, extremism is bad.
In her message, Mrs. Museveni reiterated the importance of promoting behavior change, cultural values and the best leadership in Uganda in respect to the Emerging Leaders Program.
As we navigate these challenges of an ever-evolving global environment, it's imperative that we invest in the holistic development of the next generation, and this is exactly what the Emerging Leaders Program seeks to achieve.
The Director, Life Ministries Uganda, Dr. David Watena, commended the commitment of the First Lady in promoting ethical change, character, right morals and leadership principles in the youth.
Somebody is committed to build a child with the right morals, the right ethical behavior, the right character and leadership principles that will not only benefit that leader, but also benefit the country. That person cares for the nation. And that is what I have seen in Mama Janet Museveni. So I want to appreciate her for her burden, for her guidance, for her commitment, and her desire to build a new generation of leaders for our country.
The Deputy Dean of Students at Makerere University, Peter Mhereza, applauded government for the initiative and starting with their institution.
As Makerere University, we appreciate government for thinking about a very fundamental program for our country and then considering that it should start with Makerere University.
Makerere University Guild President Robert Maseruka and other students had this to say about the program.
Since we have these leaders at a time like this, we need to help them, nurture them, produce very good character out of them, produce very good reasoning out of them, let them learn how to express themselves, because at the end of the day they are going to represent this country somewhere.
Through all that we've gone through in this program, we hope that we'll be better leaders, and we hope that we shall be able to take the knowledge that we've had from these different training sessions.
Kampala Metropolitan Police Commander Stephen Tanui says efforts to sensitize riders on security are underway, emphasizing the importance of compliance during the NAM and G77 plus China summits.
Has intensified engagement with the motorcycle taxi riders, ensuring awareness of security measures aligned with the NAM and G77 China summits. The focus is on maintaining order during the summits with roads restricted for safety. Kampala Metropolitan Police Commander Stephen Tanui acknowledges the riders' cooperation but warns against any disruption or disobedience during the summit, stressing consequences.
We want to work with you to fight crime. Tetwagala ebintu birala. Tukolagane tulwanyisa obubenjira ki? Obwenyi bw'amateeka. Essaawa eno engeri gye tugenda kubeera n'abagenyi.
Tanui asserts that the police cannot tolerate lawlessness, hence calls for compliancy.
Tulwekyo tusaba buli muntu tukolagane wamu bulungi nnyo ku mutima mulungi.
The Commandant of Military Police, Brigadier General Kyomugisha, urges cooperation from motorcycle taxi drivers to maintain order during the NAM and G7 summit to ensure a safe and secure environment.
Oba boda boda, oba basirikale, oba banansi, fena tulichi? Awa? Tuli bana Uganda fena ekitegeeza fena ebitusadde tukola tukolenga ki.
Security agencies anticipate over 120 delegations for the summit, enhancing Uganda's global standing with potential benefits for the country.
Now, the government of Uganda has begun the construction of the River Nyamuhongora Bridge that connects the districts of Mubende and Kakomero. The Prime Minister, Robert Nabanja, while addressing residents from the two districts at the construction site, said that the bridge is being constructed with support from the community.
Nabanja said that the communities from the two districts will also support construction of the bridge so that connectivity between the two districts is restored. She says that the government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Works, will provide equipment, technical advice, culverts and regular inspection and supervision of works.
Tukola olutindo lunu
omunkora y'okukwataniza. Ministry ekagamba tukujja kutandika kuluko abaitu itwe tuina ebintu bina. Bakagamba bajja tuwa abakugu bayizire. Ati ministry batugamba bajja tuwa ebigoma. Biri ebikooto ebigoma bizire. Bagamba bajja tuwa ebyuma ebyoma biroho. Ekyakana bagamba bajja kwikaragani babalambula. Kurora netukola omulimo guno kurungi. Nyowe nabagamba nyowe nkati nyowe nja kuleta amabale gaizire tigayizire emiteyimbwa nagamba nja kuleta n'enkogoto ebimotoka bina wetiye ebimotoka mbimanyire sino truck bikusiba bikulala bisesirenka mutageza kwiba nkogoto na seminti ekwija tuli hamwe abarungi hati insasule na abakozi abakwije era mbayikane mbasasura ati mukoro gwanyu nyowe nkoro gwange ministry ogwaye gukozireki urutino runo tujja kurumara.
Nabanja says that with collaboration of the community, this bridge shall be constructed to last for a longer period of time.
Gamba abataka ninyu aba security mchimanyire. Yes, tujja kuwereza polisi ejeba yambe but ninyu aba security abakusoka. Security nambeji kulinda ebimotoka bya government ekimotoka kinu kya government mugitero mungalo bacheta rwenjegere majegere security muri mogwanyi chairman mutarora abantu ne bayiba seminti kana seminti gwe tukuleta takola mu maju tukujja kuleta seminti akoro mu maize akasa okamuka mitwaro musanju so mutajeta antara gitwara odagiteko mungale kuoki inywe amaishi kubanga bora ibesawo ya seminti bajja koro rutindo runu ruli yege chimale emyezi mukaga chikoleki.
Engineer Lee from China Communication Construction Company, CCCC Limited, says that they are working with Kakumiro District Engineering Team to have this bridge constructed.
One person see the tap, see the thing, okay? Yeah. From here, if 2 meters reach this water level, 2 meters, and then the cover here should from this level reach 2.5. Yes. Do you understand me? So the water this side will be 50 centimeter higher. The other side it will be 50 centimeter higher than the bottom of the cover.
John Bogere, District Councillor representing Kibijo Sub-County, and Ephraim Bitagase lauded President Yoweri Museveni and the NRM government for the quick intervention when the bridge was washed away.
Sima na waito okutindisa president abo kutukomera omukazi ono kwatangabo abo kuba gali mananu ekisaru kino akitekeremu omukono gw'amaani kandi norora nti akufwayo kurura nti kikuhwa
nkwenda kusima hagati y'abataka nti ogenderaho kandi ukaitu katafe busa nkusaba abataka muikirize tusiime prime minister habwakino mwebale mungu kandi kwenda kusima enkoragano
kubanga amani agamu muulirize nkwenda musime president amani agamu gakurugo mwibe gakunu
kuba kioli
kubanga ndi prime minister nkusobola gamba minister akakoraki nkusobola gamba PS korakini nkusobola gamba ati bino byone ebyuma bye mukurora bya government buli amani yago nali ntainago mukwijuka kaba ntainago twayefaawo gaitwenka baitu ati amani muzaige yatuwaire nigo gakoro mulimo guno kantu jagumara.
Residents from the two districts say they are optimistic that connectivity shall be restored as soon as possible. They claim that agricultural commodity prices have gone down since the bridge was washed away.
Oluguudo yenkulakulana kumpi esingayo muzonna nendala nkulu nemwana oluguudo kwe kusoma kugenda malwaliro kwe kulima kwe kusuubula kugenda maduka gaffe bwe bomezi bwe bugagga so ensonga gyakuteko nkulu nnyo mu nkulakulana yaki y'abantu baffe n'ekitundu.
Turi kuyebaza nabanje kuba bishizemo amanyi ngo bakora agatindo yatuyamba bagakora agatindo rusi nidufuna nk'ukuntu imbere yacuka kubwo kuba kuva agatindo kagenda inzara muri gihimbira imeze nabi bwo kuba n'ibicuri hati biri kugura shilingi 5 kubwa agatindo kano kandi ubundi twafunaga imodoka nyinshi zikaza kugura ibicuri muri gihimbira tugafuna kabeyi na kuva agatindo kagenda tugashorwa nta kabeyi turugushima turukwebaza kavumenti igeze tuyambe dukorera kano gatindo.
In the month of October and November 2023, the country experienced heavy rains that grossly affected the road network in most districts. Nyamuhugura Bridge was washed away on December 4th, 2023. I'm Nafka Farida, reporting.
UBC News Tonight will take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more stories.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Amos Wekesa is a spirited and devoted advocate and champion for Uganda. His never-ending optimism, curiosity, and passion for all things Ugandan can be felt in every tweet and interaction. Amos also puts his money where his mouth is by investing in domestic tourism so that people get a feel of what Uganda has to offer. Amos, a grateful nation thanks you. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Visit GreatLakesSafaris.com and together, let's support Ugandans like Amos who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
Have you packed more with Harbour jelly and Harbour foam? Yes, we packed. It will protect your skin from skin rashes. More with pack. It is a new improved more with Harbour jelly. So soft and smooth. It is a more with Harbour jelly.
Tell me, kids, the sense. Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Herbal Jelly and Herbal Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit All Day Confidence.
Start the new year in style with a variety of wine products from K Roma Uganda Limited. Bella Sweet Red Wine, Bella Pruko Wine, Bella Alta Wine, Bella Royal Dry Wine, Bella Passion Fruit Wine, Bella Hibiscus Juice, Bella Hibiscus Soft Drink, Bella Hibiscus Tea, among others. Available in all shops and supermarkets countrywide. K Roma Uganda Limited, the producers of Bella Wines, are located in Chirabulindo, Chira Municipality. For more information, call 0772 506 155 or 0704 161 398. Bella Wines, savor the taste.
When it is KB o'clock, you need more from your voice bundles. That's why MTN is offering you more minutes across all networks that don't expire. Buy the new 90-minute Freedom Bundle at 5K or the 200-minute bundle at 10K and jazz with no limit. Kateteri ate, no excuses. Make the call now. Dial *100*21# or use the My MTN app and enjoy your Freedom Bundle today. MTN. Together we are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Locals in Karamoja sub-region are unhappy with the delay in distribution of iron sheets for the reformed Karakunas despite all the 9 districts of Karamoja sub-region having received a total of 97,552 iron sheets meant to benefit 3,752 Karakunas.
Namudangi Emoria from Atedemoy village, Lotsan sub-county, Achok, Lopeimari, also from Lotisan sub-county, and William Achia from Magos village are among the 3,752 beneficiaries of iron sheets from the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs. They say they were convinced by their leaders to surrender illegal guns and promised to be given iron sheets so that they could build houses and settle. However, their happiness turned into agony after the promised iron sheets that were supposed to have reached their various districts by December 2023 never materialized.
Iron sheets long time after now they have not come, and the government has been deceiving them that they will bring after now. These iron sheets, why don't they distribute them immediately? His feeling is you see or it is again the same thing where the iron sheets disappear, that they are again delayed. Like they disappeared the other time. Is it again the same thing which is happening? Now, since his gun was taken, he returned back. So they are now staying peacefully. They have nothing to do now. So what they want the iron sheets for them also to construct.
They are optimistic that once they receive the iron sheets, they will put up rentals.
That house can help him. People can rent. Even the children can use some door to put some shop or kiosk to sell some men. Using those iron sheets, he can put some beer inside. Can put some men, some sodas to sell, whereby he can get some. The rest also can see from them as an example. Even those ones who have their guns hidden, they can also have interest of returning back, so that the others also benefit.
But what really has delayed the iron sheets distribution?
Instructed that the Prime Minister herself will be in the region to launch the distribution of these iron sheets.
We have not yet distributed these iron sheets because OPM has not yet released the funds to facilitate the transportation and distribution of these iron sheets. But by yesterday, I had received 5 million, which was sent to my mobile number. The balance is yet to be sent.
Leaders now say they have become liars in front of people who always flock their offices.
We told them they have brought iron sheets. You are almost getting. And they told us next week, from next week, that was last year, up to now. So these boys, every day, they come to our homes, they come to the offices, asking for this iron sheet.
Much from those who have been identified, it seems the persons in concern, like OPM and the office of the RDC, should push up this matter to make sure that these iron sheets reach to the local.
Relatedly, local leaders want all stakeholders to verify the list of beneficiaries before the iron sheets distribution exercise.
By parish chiefs in collaboration with LC1 and GISOS, which lists were verified by the sub-counties and also were verified at the district level. There was a verification team If you can recall, there was a letter written by the minister, and it was well guided. So this is a list that for us we know. But there is a second list which has been, which was submitted, I think, from the division. The division identified, division headquarters, that division headquarters, I should say division commander because the head of the division, submitted a list of the people whom they identified as people who returned their guns. And that's the list we are struggling to verify.
Also to know, to compare the lists we have from our sub-counties and the lists which were brought. There's no, I know, we don't want, because some of the lists, we don't know how they were taken. So we need to compare. We don't want tomorrow when others are getting this babat here, iron sheets, then some people who have brought their guns peacefully don't get. So that's where a problem comes from.
Moroto District Chief Administrative Officer Alex Chelimo says he has received 5 million out of the 10 million shillings promised by the Office of the Prime Minister to facilitate smooth distribution of the iron sheets to sub-counties.
If insecurity is given for Karamoja for other people to be getting jobs because of this insecurity, okay, let it continue. We shall also continue being warriors, and you come and work for other things when other people are dying. You enjoy that thing if it is good for you.
By December 2023, all the 9 districts of Karamoja sub-region had received iron sheets totaling to 97,553 for 3,752 beneficiaries. However, with the current trend of events, local leaders are worried reformed warriors who had embraced this initiative may rearm and go back to their bad old habits. I'm Nafka Farida and Moreniga.
The 8th graduation ceremony of the Uganda Public Health Fellowship Program has witnessed triumphant graduation of 90 dedicated individuals from the field of epidemiology fellowship. Uganda National Institute of Public Health celebrated a milestone for the collaborative public health workforce capacity building program by the Ministry of Health and Makerere University.
Uganda Public Health Fellowship Program, launched 8 years ago, has been instrumental in training and equipping public health professionals with skills necessary to tackle complex health challenges.
Graduates, please apply the common sense of science. It's not written in the books, but it's felt in your heart when you respond. I was going to tell you about a big fire. When you visit Brussels, you see a small young boy peeing, and you always wonder, what is he doing? I am told that young baby put out a fire which was to destroy the city by peeing in the fuse. As we mark 1 year and 2 days ever since the end of the Ebola outbreak, I want to thank you fellows, your trainers, your colleagues, for doing exactly that.
The Field Epidemiology Fellowship, a pivotal component of the program, focuses on cultivating epidemiological expertise to enhance the country's ability to detect, respond to, and prevent public health threats.
But what will truly make a difference is you, beyond your knowledge and expertise, to a true professional that has values. Somebody that's compassionate, like your leader has said. Somebody that's accountable for results, for what you do, for money as well. That's a big problem for us. So please, as you go out, we celebrate you. We know that you're truly capable and you're going to make a difference. But this is not the end. Continue to grow.
The graduation ceremony showcased the accomplishments and commitment of the 90 fellows who successfully completed the rigorous training program.
Our families supported us and they understood us. Sometimes on short notes, you tell your spouse that I'm off for an assignment.
Their journey included hands-on fieldwork, data analysis, outbreak investigations, and various other aspects of epidemiology, crucial in addressing public health issues.
As public health professionals, you join a global public health workforce, joining the committed army of global disease-fighting forces. You join a group of potential candidates for international deployment to fight public health challenges.
As these 90 field epidemiology fellows embark on the next phase of their careers, the impact of their training is expected to ripple across the Ugandan public health landscape. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The 34th Ahmadiyya Muslim Association Annual Convention has entered day 2 at Rubber Farm, Chantamba Village in Chiwaga District. Details follow.
Jalsa Salana Uganda, which is the annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, is a unique gathering that has brought together more than 20,000 people from the world of faith, politics, and civil society. Its growth in numbers has led to a shift from Setamukono to Ruaba Farm, Chantamba Village in Kiboga District. The 3-day convention on the theme of global crisis and the need for responsible leadership is a culmination of 19 regional jalsas. It's addressed by the Amir, who provides an insight into religious teachings and how, with emphasis on the family, are a source of guidance for the world today.
Whatever is done starts with a family. Now, that family, which is the nucleus of all arrangements going on in the world, should have some value according to the teachings of Islam. It is not merely a man and a woman coming together and claim to be managing a successful family. There are basic principles which should be followed according to the Holy Quran. And first and foremost, everyone should be at ease and at peace with his or her partner. That's one of the basic purpose of marriage in Islam. Then that cordial relationship cannot be maintained without love and sympathy.
The Jalsa aims to promote peaceful teachings of Islam, facilitate greater spiritual awareness, and strengthening of ties of brotherhood and sisterhood. Eminent speakers have discussed a range of religious topics and their relevance to society, and underline the convention's objective of enhancing unity.
Nze luno olukungaana lulabyemu ebintu bingi ebirungi nti abaana bazze bangi ate abaana bwe bajja mu misomo nga gino egy'eddiini bayiga ebintu bingi, bayiga empisa, obuntu bulamu n'okutya Katonda.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community that is now established in more than 200 countries was founded in 1889 by Hazrat Ghulam Ahmed of Kadian, India. His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masrur Ahmed is the current head and 5th successor. His benevolent leadership provides unity, guidance, and direction, ensuring that the community remains devoted to God and service to mankind.
Netu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Netu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Welcome to the last segment of UBC News Tonight. In our sports stories, where in sports, the Uganda netball team, the She Cranes, saw off Wales last night in the second game of the 3-match test series to draw level 1-1 in the series. Now in rugby, the men's rugby sevens team finished 9th in the World Sevens Challengers series as the ladies ended their campaign at the semi-finals.
The She Cranes got a convincing 64-40 victory against Wales in their second game of the 3-test series to level the series 1-1. The Cranes came into this game played at the House of Sports in Cardiff with a 45-57 loss from the first encounter.
Yeah, I think that victory was important for us. After losing the other game on Wednesday, yesterday we had a training whereby we practiced some of the mistakes we are doing and maybe rectifying them. Because of that, we managed to win by a bigger margin, and I think we shall continue with that even tomorrow.
With the series leveled, the She Cranes will play a decider game tonight in Cardiff to determine the winner of the test series. After, the ladies will head to London for the Nations Vitality Cup. In rugby, Uganda had mixed results in the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series as the men's sevens bowed out of the tournament at 9th place after registering 2 losses and a win in the group fixtures. The team lost to Kenya 7-29, Belgium 5-14 and beat Mexico 40-14 and 50-0 in the group and placement game respectively.
So basically the whole of yesterday there's a couple of areas that were wanting, and today we sort of fixed some of them. There were glitches in the game there where we gave away possession and we got punished for that. But if we are to play quarter-final rugby or semis-final rugby, we need to be much better than what we displayed. We'll take the win, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
The ladies, on the other side, made it to the semi-finals after defeating Belgium 17-12 in the quarter-finals. To get to the quarters, the ladies beat PNG in the group stages, though they lost to Thailand 7-19 and German 5-7. Grace Joyce Kyomugisha, UBC News.
Now, the AFCON 2023 tournament commences today in Abidjan in the Alassane Ouattara Stadium with the host of Ivory Coast taking on Guinea-Bissau. Stay tuned to UBC in case you want to take a look at this match. Thank you so much for watching UBC News Tonight. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language. From the team and I, have a lovely night. Bye-bye.
A Plus Funeral Management, on behalf of the family of the late Muindi Joel of Boyogere, with deep sorrow, announces the death of their beloved father, Muindi Joel, which occurred on Friday, 12th January 2024 at Mulago Hospital. There will be a funeral service at their home in Boyogere